Well, hey there, I'm Emma from English. I've got some awesome English expressions to share with you today, and all of them relate to a very specific emotion. This is an unimpressed face, right? Do you know that feeling? Unimpressed is when you don't respect or you don't admire something or someone. Maybe you're not interested in them. That is when we have this emotion where you're unimpressed. And broadly, there are 3 different categories for this feeling. When you're bored, because you're not really interested in what's going on. When your expectations haven't been met, so you're a bit disappointed in the result or the outcome. And the third is that you've wasted time or you've wasted effort, right? So you have this feeling of being annoyed about something. Now, obviously, none of those things are positive, right? But we are going to have some fun with the English phrases that I'm going to share today. They are full of emotion and expression. So it's really not just about the words that you're going to learn, but it's about how you say them. You're saying it with feeling. Even more powerful with this emotion is your tone of voice and your facial expression or your body language. So get ready to be expressive with me. Let's get started. Quick question. How impressed are you with your progress in speaking English? Are you building good habits and practicing regularly? Or do you find yourself getting a little distracted? According to our friends at Lingoda, it takes an average of 66 days to build a new habit. And with the 90-day Lingoda language sprint starting soon, you could be building the one habit that could totally transform your life, practicing English regularly. Plus, Lingoda are offering again the chance to get 100% of your cash back if you complete the challenge. Most of you know that I've already participated in the sprint back when it was called the Lingoda Marathon, and it was exactly what I needed to get into the habit of daily Spanish practice. There are 2 ways that you can join. You can sign up for the Super Sprint, which is 30 classes a month for 3 months. If you complete the Super Sprint, you'll get 100% cash back. Alternatively, you can complete the regular sprint, which is just 15 classes a month, also for 3 months. So if you complete that, Lingoda are going to give you 50% of your cash back. Either way, you'll be building an impressive habit of practicing your English speaking skills regularly. To find out more about how the sprint works and if you really can get 100% of your fees back, check out this video up here. To sign up, click the link in the description below by September the 8th. Pay your deposit, secure your spot, plus if you use this code right here, you'll get a €10 discount on your deposit. Good luck. So we need some fuel for this lesson, something to help get you in the mood, in the zone. I need you to think about a time when you felt really unimpressed by something, or even by someone. Maybe you went to a restaurant that all of your friends were raving about. They were saying it was so good. But when you went, it took ages for your food to come out. And when it did come out, it was cold. So you expected it to be awesome, but it wasn't. Or perhaps you've just walked in the door after a long, busy day at work, and your kids have pulled out every toy that they own, and the house is a complete mess. So, have you got an example that you can use to practice with this lesson? I want you to share it with me in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what it is that does not impress you. Hold on to that feeling. I want you to use it throughout these expressions that we're practicing today. Obviously, when you're unimpressed about something, you're unhappy, right? It's a negative emotion. You're not happy about something. And this sounds like a really simple phrase, doesn't it? But when it's used with the right tone, it can be really powerful. I'm not happy about this. So this can be used in all sorts of situations, but if someone's patience has been pushed a little too far and they're getting upset, they're obviously not happy. Which, you can absolutely use unhappy in the same way. I'd avoid talking to the boss this morning. She's quite unhappy about this month's sales. Or you could say, she's unimpressed with our team's performance. Now, describing someone as unhappy or unimpressed, these are really polite ways to say that you're upset, you're disappointed. And so for this reason, it's a really appropriate phrase to use at work, right? It's one that is not too rude, it's very neutral, but it helps you to express disappointment or frustration. But now that we've got that simple, polite version out of the way, it's time to move on to some more expressive ways to show that you're not impressed. Are you serious? Seriously. Let's use the example of a parent coming home after a long day of work and the house is a pigsty. It's a mess. It's annoying, right? You'd be really unimpressed with your kids' choices and behavior, right? So you might open the door and say, seriously? Be careful with the tone that you use there because it's not really a question. Are you serious? With that upward intonation, this sounds like I want to know the answer. I don't, okay? I'm not really asking a question. When you're unimpressed, your tone should be much flatter. Are you serious? Seriously? You borrow my car and return it with an empty fuel tank? Seriously? Really? This is used in the same way, exactly the same way. And again, the tone is really key here because if you ask the question, you use that wondering tone. Really? Really? Well, it sounds like a question then, right? But if you say, really? And you use this facial expression to help you, it shows that you're annoyed or you're unimpressed, right? Really? In fact, it's actually quite common when you're unimpressed about something to use a question almost just to check what's really happening. Like you've actually got to find, is this for real? Really? I spent 8 hours at work and then come home to this mess? Really? Oh, come on. Now, I'm not saying, come on, as in, let's go, come with me. I'm saying, come on. As in, I'm so tired of this situation. I'm sick of it, I'm adding lots of extra emphasis as well to drag out the word. When you say it like that, it really shows that you're frustrated and you're annoyed. So I'm late for a meeting. I just turned on the car and realized that my fuel tank is completely empty. Come on. Ugh, not again. It's good to use a groan of complaint with this expression and say, not again. Now, you've probably guessed that this expression can be used when the same annoying thing keeps happening again and again and again. You're really unimpressed about it, right? It's the same problem that keeps happening. Oh, not again. The car won't start for the 3rd time this week. So you can also use this same expression with some of the last ones as well. You can say, come on, not again. Not again. Are you serious? So these expressions, seriously, come on, not again, they're all really informal slang expressions, right? And they're often used by young people, especially when they're complaining. So a more formal or mature way, perhaps, to express the same idea is to use unbelievable. And again, tone and body language are so important to help you explain that you're not using this word in a positive way, right? Unbelievable. So See how I'm shaking my head slowly? That's a clue. Keeping the tone flat. Did he arrive at work late again? Unbelievable. You can also say, I can't believe it. He knows how important this meeting is and he slept in. I can't believe it. Are you kidding me? I'm completely unimpressed about what's happening now, right? Maybe I'm even a little annoyed or angry. So if someone calls you, wakes you up in the middle of the night for something really silly, like to tell you to watch some movie or something like that. You're calling me at 3 a.m.? Are you kidding me? So this expression is really helpful when you're directing your frustration at someone. Are you kidding me? But you can also use a similar expression to talk more generally about a situation that you're annoyed about. You can say, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Can you hear which words are stressed there? You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Say it with me. You've got to be kidding me. Imagine you drive all the way across town to go to a meeting, and when you get there, you realize that you read your calendar wrong. The meeting is actually tomorrow. You've got to be kidding me. You wish that it wasn't true. You wish that it was a joke, but you know that it's not. Give me a break. You know, when someone's asked you to do something or something that you think is a bit unreasonable, then this expression is really useful to show them that you're unimpressed, right? If your teenage son said to you, "You never let me go anywhere," and you're like, "Give me a break. You go to your friend's house every weekend." And you can actually use it just on its own without explanation. Just say, "Give me a break," just to show that you think that what they're saying is unreasonable. Imagine that someone who works for you asks for a pay rise and you think, you got a pay rise 3 months ago and you haven't met any of your targets yet. It's kind of a bit annoying that you're even asking. So you might think to yourself, give me a break. I just gave you a pay rise. Notice that I said think, not say, right? It's not polite or professional to say, give me a break to someone that you work with, right? Unless you really want to show them that you're annoyed, you're unimpressed by their behavior. You can also say, I've had it. It's like saying, I've had enough, which is also quite a good expression to use when you've reached the end of your patience, right? But this is shorter and it's more final, right? It's serious. I've had it. I'm done. But you can also make it a bit more specific by saying, I've had it with something. I've had it with my boss. I've had it with this messy house. I've had it with your bad attitude. I'm tired of it. It's bothering me. I don't want to deal with it anymore. It's very final. Another similar expression is to say, I'm fed up, or I'm fed up with something. You know, when you're really tired of something, so tired of it that it's starting to annoy you. You're really unimpressed by someone's behavior or by a situation. I'm fed up with waiting in this queue. Let's leave. So when you're really unimpressed, you're really frustrated, you want to make sure that it's known to everyone else around you. You'll say, forget it. Forget it, all right? You're mad now. Whatever it is you're doing or whatever it is you need from someone, you don't care anymore. Forget it. Don't worry about it. If a friend has ever forgotten to pick you up from the airport and you ask them to, and you're waiting for an hour or so, and then they finally call, "Oh, sorry, I was at the shops." Forget it. I'll just take a taxi. Now, actually, a more polite way to say that, especially if you're talking to a friend, is to say, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just take a taxi, it'll be fine." But if you want them to know that you're annoyed or you're really unimpressed by that situation, forget it. Forget it, I'll take a taxi. You're showing your frustration. If you can't help me do it, forget it. I'll do it myself. So there were a few common expressions and phrases to help you express yourself when you're unimpressed, when you're not happy and you're disappointed. So like I said, lots of these expressions are considered to be quite rude if you use them directly to the person who's not impressing you. But they do make for really great storytelling and explanations when you're talking about daily frustrations, right? With your friends and your family, they help you to express yourself in really entertaining ways. Now, your last task before you finish this lesson is to pause and write a short paragraph about a time when you were not at all impressed. So take the opportunity to use some of the expressions that we shared in this video, and I'm going to come down and check your responses down below to make sure you're using those expressions accurately, correctly. And when you are ready, head straight on over to this lesson right here. We're going to do some pronunciation and speaking practice together. I'll see you in there.